bunch of you have been telling me to check out the new Joy Infection AU video called Sarah's Vlog, created by Allie's Originals. And while this video starts out as a calm, almost like cutesy type of vlog from the perspective of Sarah, it quickly gets really dark and also gives us a different perspective on how this infection started and how certain characters were infected. Now, for those of you that don't remember, or if this is your first time watching this series, there's a virus called the Joy that is actually based on a real episode from the amazing world of Gumball. Basically, Gumball gets infected with this virus, brings it to the school, and the virus spreads like a plague, with Gumball even attacking his own brother at one point.
Please go. Save yourself.
Now, Sarah's vlog actually shows us what is happening from her perspective and starts a few days before the outbreak actually begins, and initially it's just her speaking to the camera and interviewing some of her friends, with the most important being Darwin and Gumball. And I say this because we get to see that Gumball is still normal at this point. But it seems like over that weekend, Richard ended up infecting Gumball because Gumball was upset that Monday was coming along and everybody hates Mondays. So he gave his son a hug and actually infected him with the Joy. So when the kids came back to school on Monday, this was technically the start of the outbreak. We also learn here that the principal was told that the doors of the school were not able to open from the inside, which means that none of the kids or teachers can get out if something happens.
The door mechanism is busted.
Okay.
That's kind of a hazard, sir. If there's an emergency, people won't be able to get out.
Oh, come on. Nothing ever happens here. It's Elmore.
But instead of taking this seriously, he just told the maintenance guy to come back at the end of the day and open the door from the outside. And as a former teacher, this is something that would never happen because this is such a hazard. But more importantly, this explains why Anais wasn't able to escape the school after the outbreak started to get really bad, and why Richard and Nicole were able to make it inside of the school, where Nicole started whooping some kids almost immediately.
Look out!
Huh?
Nicole, do something! Nicole, stop!
I didn't mean to go this far.
Now, as we get back into the school, this is where we notice that Darwin and Anais have realized that something's off with their brother. And when we fast forward to the classroom, we can see that Gumball looks terrible and can't stop laughing.
Gumball! What is the meaning of you being disruptive in the middle of class?
Gumball, Miss Simeon is talking to you.
What is wrong with you? I can't stop smiling. Oh my. Come with me.
Lucy doesn't understand why he's laughing so much and takes him to the nurse's office. And I'm happy that we can actually see a little bit of her in this vlog because I feel like she didn't make much of an appearance in the other parts of this series, even though she was a huge part of the original episode. Now, while Darwin is watching over the class, we swap over to the security camera footage that shows us what's happening in the nurse's office. And naturally, the nurse and the principal think that this is all just a prank that he's pulling.
Gumball, what is this?
I'm worried something is wrong with him.
If he's really sick, then why is he smiling? I don't understand why everyone is so concerned over Gumball's bad behavior when he's clearly just pranking us.
Now, while I hate that the principal ended up getting attacked, I can't feel too bad. I mean, Gumball is literally sitting there with green sludge coming out of his mouth, and the principal thinks that it is still a prank. And I also hate how often this happens in real life, where like a teacher or an administrator will see a sick kid, but disregard them because they're kind of a troublemaker, so they just assume that they're faking. But brother, you can't fake a face like this. Now, eventually, the nurse gets Gumball off of the principal, and then he just runs out of the room, I assume to start infecting other innocent students. But if that wasn't bad enough, then the principal gets up and he attacks the nurse. And I don't know if you guys remember, but this guy was absolutely terrifying in the earlier episodes of this series. And when we switch back to Sarah's perspective and see her in the cafeteria, we also get to see the beginning of the principal's rampage, where he was running down kids in his cafeteria and just taking chunks out of them like he was doing a mukbang. After that, we see the school breaks down into disarray and all the kids start running, with Sarah even dropping her camera. And while the device is on the ground, we get to see how the school lost power, which happens when Philip grabs Bobert and just mauls him and then throws him into this like electrical panel here, shutting down all the power. It isn't until almost 9:30 that night when we see Sarah again, and she returns to pick up her camera, and luckily this device has night vision so she can actually see where she's going. While she's moving through the school trying to find a way home, she runs into who I think is either Mr. Smalls or Masami, but is able to quickly get away from them, only then to run into the principal trying to take a bite out of another student. Not being willing to just stand by and watch, we see Sarah start chucking books at him, and surprisingly, she's able to save Claire from being eaten, although it does look like she may have been injured, which may mean that she'll get infected at some point. Now, after walking down these halls for a bit, the pair run into another student that tells them to come into this classroom so that they can all hide together, but then we see this.
Let her go!
What? No! I'm not leaving you here, you idiot! I'm not! Please go! There's a chance. A chance you can get help. If you stay, we all die.
Rachel, we have to. Please.
I'm sorry.
And while that scene was kind of heartbreaking with Sarah sacrificing herself to ensure that her friends don't also go down, I really wish the other girls would have fought a little bit harder. We've already seen that throwing a few books at his face could actually stop this guy from eating a student, but I guess maybe they tried their best. The final thing that we see is Gumball come into the frame and grab the camera, looking as crazy as ever, and then he throws the camera to the ground and stomps on it until it breaks, leaving us on a cliffhanger. And honestly, I really love how the series is shaping up thus far. I think this was a nice addition to the series, and it gave a surprisingly creepy vibe, reminding me a lot of the Outlast game back in the day, which was terrifying if you didn't play it. I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes next in the series, but with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to go check out Allie's channel, subscribe today to become a member of the Orseofkorse, and we will see you tomorrow with another video. Peace, peace.